Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Taurus. So, Taurus, I'm doing a reading as usual with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. Taurus, you are showing up in your reading today as a teacher in a classroom, and it's coming that specific. It might not be literally that scenario. It may not be the case that you are an actual teacher in a classroom, but it's the visual that I'm receiving very, very powerfully. And I feel like there is something that is coming in that is causing some chaos, some disturbance, some sort of unexpected truth that it's almost like agitating the children in this classroom, because it's coming through as like a kindergarten kind of teacher, or like a middle school kind of teacher, for children, for young ones. But obviously this is just a metaphor, just to visually be easier to convey the message. And it can be the case, however it applies for you best, Taurus, that it's like you are the leader in a sense, or the mature one in a group of youngsters, or in a group of people that are in the process of learning, in the process of becoming mature and learning the potential that exists in their hearts. But you seem to be like teaching them how to not panic in a situation where chaos seems to be brewing, seems to be growing, seems to be taking over. And it's like you need to bring order to the chaos, basically, Taurus. So let's see the cards. We're beginning with the lightning bolt of truth. This is how the Ace of Swords came through. It came through like very sharp, very direct and objectively, like saying something that is like a harsh truth. And so it's almost like literally being hit by a lightning bolt. So I feel like whatever comes in, whatever piece of news comes through, the TV, or, the websites, the news media, or maybe you just, it's almost like this unconscious truth, the collective unconscious truth that comes to the surface, but in a very shocking kind of way, very sharp kind of way, that catches everyone in a sense by surprise. It feels unexpected, but to be honest, for you, I don't feel like this is unexpected, Taurus. It's almost like you knew that this was coming eventually. You just didn't know that this was occurring right now. And I feel like with the Six of Swords coming next, there is something about this truth that moves the collective, because this is the image that I was seeing was a lightning bolt that was actually hitting the sea, hitting the ocean, and causing like a water kind of, it's coming through as water event, but it's it's like a rippling effect, like waves, or big waves of truth that in a way can be felt as like tsunamis of truth. So it can be overwhelming in a sense, but it's almost like it's creating movement, is creating the rippling effect based on this shocking truth that is going to move a lot of people, but especially can be overwhelming to those who are still in this process of learning. It's like, because of the Page of Cups, it's almost like, either this is going to affect literally children that, just don't know much, or it's going to it's going to affect more so people that are still immature in a sense, right? Adults that are very childish in the sense that they are, very rebel in a sense. But it's like with the Page of Cups, to be honest, Taurus, it's like these are people that are unaware. These are people that are but not unaware because they are choosing to be unaware. Maybe, in this context of, being awake or being asleep, it's almost like they have just started to wake up from a very long nap in the middle of the afternoon when this lightning bolt hit. It's like it creates something that is startling them. It's removing them from this state of, a cozy nap in the middle of the afternoon in a classroom where everything appeared to be safe. But in actuality, it wasn't because of the Tower. So the Tower card to me is the card that represents home, that represents safety, that represents protection. And so for these ones, which feel like the students, the children, the ones that you are looking after or teaching in an environment that is portrayed as safe, like a classroom. Classrooms are supposed to be safe, are supposed to be this, inspiring, creative environment that, teaches those who are still young and, innocent in a sense, how to better use their potential. It's like, that is like the ideal classroom in a sense, or the ideal safe environment for the development of these children. I'm going to call the page, as a child or as the children, because actually it's coming through as a group later. But it's like it's sparked by one person, one child, one individual among this group that you, Taurus, are looking after, that you are teaching, that it's like maybe they are more sensitive to this truth, to the lightning bolt, to the water event, to the waves of truth that, are, it's almost like I'm seeing this tower as like a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean that is like, surrounded, it's like a little, like a tiny island surrounded by rocks, and the waves hitting very hard this tower or this lighthouse. So it's almost like something very shocking starts to reach a place that is supposed to be quiet, tranquil, peaceful, safe. And so it starts getting loud. It starts creating movement that is, in a sense, a lot turbulent, a lot shaky, right? So there is like this understanding, at least for this one, that this is no longer the same place, or this is no longer the safe haven. This is no longer the place where they can just take a nap, in a sense. It's almost like they are being forced to wake up by the truth that are hitting the tower or the lighthouse, however you want to see it. So here you come, Taurus, trying to establish order. You're coming here with the energy of the, the necessary grounding energy, the necessary ordering energy of the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you it's almost like you are the safety, you are the security, you are the pillar that holds everything in a certain order. It's not necessarily the environment. It's almost like you are holding the environment steady. You see what I mean? But for the children, actually, let me show you already the second card. Not the second card, the next card that is coming after the Queen of Pentacles, which is the collective of students, the collective of children. So the Seven of Cups is now like all of the Page of Cups that have been forcefully awakened by this sharp piece of truth that was this lightning bolt hitting the tower. So for the children, for the young ones, for the naive ones, for the innocent, immature ones, it's like they were crediting the safety to the environment, maybe to the institution, to the place, to the space, to the environment, right? But actually, the one holding this place all together, steady and up, is you, Taurus. It's like you are the force, you are the anchor, in a sense, that was giving this space, this sense of safety to others. It's like it's your presence that is making sure that this was still standing. But when this piece of truth hits, it's almost like you were increasing your grounding power to make sure that these ones were not that negatively impacted by this piece of truth that seems to hit the foundations of this tower. So this is a reason why they're feeling, and they are all coming together, by your side in order to like seek out this grounding feeling, this feeling of safety, this feeling of security. So it's almost like they're, it's almost like, a child that hears, a storm coming and becomes scared. It's almost like panic is brewing among the children because they don't know exactly what that truth is. They don't know what that sound is. They don't know what the impact is. They just know that their safe harbor is being hit, is being shaken. And so they don't have, I feel like, the consciousness, the awareness that you are the one that is providing this sense of stability. So when they all run to you, Taurus, it's almost like they start to feel like that, it was not in the environment, it was actually coming through you. You were the one that was providing this safety and this sense of stability. But here, it's like, because they're all coming to you, scared and frightened by the sound, by the loud noise, by the lightning bolt, by the surprise that just wakes them up in a way that is very disturbing in a sense. It's like they're all coming together in a way to like hold each other in a sense. It's like this, everyone getting down to the ground, but all together. Like it's almost like one organism I'm seeing, because apart individually, it's like they're still very fragile, or they feel like that. And so when something hits the foundation that was giving them the sensation that they could walk around freely, that they can be, as innocent as they wanted, even, unaware of this, right? It's almost like the moment that this is hit, the moment that the tower is being shaken, this is the moment when this insight comes to them. It's like, oh my God, I'm not safe. This is not giving me the safety that I thought it was. This is the lightning bolt, perhaps, of truth that is hitting the children. But for you, it hits differently, because it's almost like you were expecting it to hit at some point. You just didn't know when. And so you were the one, it's almost like you were constantly working on your maybe lower chakras is what I'm hearing right now. It's like just to feel grounded and rooted down, just to make sure that you were supporting the foundation that it was going to be inevitably hit at some point. And so for you, this is not a surprise. For you, you are the safety that, it's like you need to make sure that they see this in you. And I feel like they do. It's like these children, the group, the people that are, learning from you, even, perhaps in this context of a teacher in a classroom, but perhaps just in life in general, in your family, in your work environment, in your community as a whole. It's like maybe you are seen as this leader of that, that brings order to chaos, especially because we're ending with the Judgment card. And this is actually coming through as like, I'm seeing this as, a judge, in their seat, and everything is chaotic in this room. And so they are the ones holding the stick of, in a sense, of order, like the hammer that, is able to bring another sound. Because it's like with the Ace of Swords and this Six of Swords, I was seeing like this sound impact, and it's like the lightning bolt comes and it causes this rippling effect that moves the collective in a way that perhaps it can be too overwhelming and too shaky for most people, especially the ones that are still learning, that are still very, in the initial stages of this waking up, or have been, abruptly awakened. Because it's like, it wasn't just, it's almost like they weren't prepared maybe, or they weren't, conscious enough that they needed to wake up at some point. It's like they were just enjoying this nap. And so because they are maybe, confused and desperate and panicking because they don't know what's going on, they only know that this is being hit. It's like the apparent structure that they were relying upon, this safe environment that they feel like they could take, a comfortable long nap inside this place. It's like they are learning in a very impactful kind of way, maybe in a very drastic kind of way, that they were trusting something that actually was not that reliable. Maybe we are talking about an institution. Maybe we are talking about, physical reality. Maybe we're talking about a home. Maybe we are talking about a school. Maybe whatever this represents in your case, Taurus, I feel like you are the one that holds the tool that is able to reestablish order. Because in the end, it's like you are the one holding this in place. But now that this Ace of Swords hit it, it's like there's nothing actually that you can do to keep on holding that structure in place. The only thing that you can do is like embrace those that are extremely lost and confused and not understanding what is going on. So it's like you are the one who needs to bring order to this chaos. It's like you are the one who's going to organize them, who is going to maybe instruct them to, stay together and, stay down. And eventually this will pass. It's like the storm will leave, the storm will go away, but you are the one who have to, you are the one who, you have to take this instrument of order, just not to let the chaos be installed in this place, you see, and among these ones. Because it's like how pure their heart is, or maybe how fragile they still feel about themselves. So like how it could be harmful to them if they remain in this chaotic state. And so you are the one making sure that they receive the instructions, receive the orders, in a sense, to remain calm, to, you know, follow certain like safety protocols, perhaps. You know, if we are talking about a teacher in a classroom, it's like there are certain measures and certain actions that by you stepping up as this leader position, which you were already, it's just that now it's becoming more evident and you're needing to voice it, you're needing to make this sound of order louder than the sound that was creating the chaos, you see, by the rippling effects of the truth. So I feel like there is like an important mission for you right now, or is to organize the mess, or to help those who are panicking at the moment, bringing a sense of stability and order and, you know, this groundedness. But however, I am going to pull more cards for you to see where this goes next. And I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.